Hello guys, Golden Diamond 945, and this is the second episode of our Operation Unthinkable series on Men of War Assault Squad 2. Now we are in Eastern Europe, around Eastern Germany, where the USSR has just installed its own puppet government and all that. And today, unlike last episode, we will be following the British forces, who are armed with many vehicles for the very heavy assault they're about to go on. On the other side here we have the Russian counter forces, which now know they are being invaded due to the first battle from the Americans, which, to clarify, from last episode I messed up a little. It actually was in Siberia. The Americans are invading across from Alaska into Siberia, and from down south through where Japan was, because that's where most of the troops were for the Pacific campaign. And so they're invading through there, while the American troops that were in Europe are with the British forces. As you can see, some American troops down here, the machine guns, and here there's some American elite troops leading the charge. And they are helping the British take the Eastern campaign, which is the Western campaign of Russia, which is the far more difficult task. And so their goal right now is to try to get through the city, clear it out, and the Russians are planning on attacking them here. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Alright. There are some Russian guard troops here, armed. Many of them are armed with machine guns. Just have to see what happens. And the battle has started. They've definitely noticed they're under attack, and the British won't be getting any more reinforcements. This is the entire army they have to deal with. They have the fight. Like this little military base. It's probably similar to a National Guard base here in America. Like just kind of troops. Is definitely being fired upon. That machine gun didn't even get a chance. And let's look at the machine gunner here has given up his post. I can't blame him. It'd be kind of scary to be on that post right now with a tank showing up and all that. Yeah, the Russians definitely know they're under attack right now as well. So they are sending their army down here, which already were sending down here, but now they're trying to speed up their arrival because they can't afford to lose the city. To be a very heavy cost to them. Not sure what that guy's trying to achieve, but yeah, each side, if I believe, has 2 mediums and 1 heavy tank. They have this. I believe this is the Churchill, and then I don't remember what these 2 were. And then they have a whole bunch of American-made tanks, I believe. They're BTRs. Oh look, the Russians have arrived, on the looks of it. And the machine gunners here is on the town on these guys. And it looks like one of the Russian BTRs were destroyed. They went through a lot of their military during World War II, so they don't have a whole lot of stuff right now. They are starting up the production again on stuff. Here comes the T-21, I believe. damaged. Looks like they're gone for there. And then there's two of these guys. I don't 100% remember what they're called. I should really write down a list of the tanks I use in these videos, because I'm pretty sure you guys would really like to know. But I mean, hopefully some guy in the comment will write down. Ooh. One of the medium tanks from the British here just broke their track, but they're trying to do as much as they can right now. The Russians, if I remember right, I actually gave them like a medium and 2 light tanks, but then I gave them a lot more rocket-propelled grenade men than I did with the British. So they have more troops that are able to take out tanks, instead of more tanks that can take out tanks. Which is kind of helpful, saying that the British also had more vehicles. This isn't meant to be 100% fair, this is meant to be a little bit more realistic. The British do have the advantage of the advantage of surprise right now. Even though the Russians did know they're under attack, but they had less warning. They still are trying to get their forces built up right now. Most of them were helping invade places down in Asia, because that's what right after the war, right near when the war was ending, they're trying to take as much land as possible. And so now they got to get all their troops back over here, as well as fight off the Americans. The British and American goals right now are getting through to Moscow, and hopefully sieging out Moscow to the point where the Russians will be forced to give back Europe, or at least most of Europe. Looks like the British are winning, though not without a severe number of casualties, as we'll see afterwards. And they've lost a lot of their vehicles, which will definitely be harmful in the final battle, where the Russians will be in full force. And one of the ideas I'm thinking about maybe including for Operation Unthinkable is that they were going to restart up the German war machine to fight on their side. But at the same time, you gotta remember Germany was relatively crippled at this point. In fact, the only reason Germany is now a power nowadays is because of the amount of help the Allies gave the Germans after the war. Yeah. You see here, like, the British are just clearing out the rest of the troops. They still got their heavy tank and one of their BTRs. I believe the rest have been destroyed. I'll go up here and look here. Yep, there's... Oh no, they've still got one more BTR here. So they've got 2 BTRs and a heavy tank left out of their heavy tank, 4 BTRs, and 2 medium tanks. Russians. Can't see them now. Seriously cannot see where these Russians are hiding. They're definitely British, I believe. I don't know, but yeah. When the stop sound of gunfire on the way they're walking back, I believe that the battle is over. Looks like the British have won. As usual, we will take a look at the amount of kills. The yellow are Soviets and the reds are the British and American Allied forces. So yeah, definitely in this one street they lost quite a lot of soldiers. But the Russians just, jeez, that's a lot of dead guys. Looks like those tanks definitely got a severe advantage over here. So yeah, next episode, we will most likely be going back to the American side. They are having a far quicker time getting over to the Russia. That's because first off, they have more land they need to travel over. They've got to get through a good, thousands of miles of land to get over to where Moscow is across from Siberia, while the British have less, measurable miles to get across, but they've definitely got a lot more Russians they've got to fight off on the way, which will slow them down. So yep, if you liked the video, please subscribe and share it with your friends to hopefully build up more of a community for ideas. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.